Based on all the readings about Equiano, the question I chose was, how can I use this to help someone else? Whatever the person's going through, I would first say this quote: Adversity does not build character, it reveals it. By James Allen. But first, what does adversity even mean? It means a state of instance of serious or continued difficulty or misfortune. Example 1: the kidnapping. As a young boy, Equiano lived a peasant life in a small Arthur village with his mother, father, and 6 siblings. Him and one of his sisters were kidnapped, brought to a foreign place, starved, tied. To make matters even worse, the siblings were separated. Still remember, Equiano's religious background helped him persevere through his slavery nightmare. Example 2: the ship. He was shipped through the middle passage of the Atlantic Ocean to the West Indies. These conditions were absolutely unbearable. Slaves were piled on, were underfed, filthy, and beaten for not eating or trying to escape. Many contracted diseases and many died. And mind you, this was 80 days long. Example 3: freedom. Eventually, a master found Arciano, and he was nice enough to teach him to read and write the English language. He followed this young master into the Royal Navy and eventually was able to purchase his own freedom. Here's a paraphrase quote from Arciano. My master told me to go to the secretary at the register office and get my manumission drawn up. As I was leaving the house, I called to mind the words, I glorified God in my heart, in whom I trusted. Once a free man, Equiano still faced bitter treatment. He got in a fight with a slave, and the slave owner wanted to beat him up. Since there were such few laws for free Africans, he could have even got put back in slavery again. All in all, he avoided death as a slave, and he had literally every reason to give up on. When times were rough, he went to his beliefs. In my opinion, that's what allowed him to endure all this time in adversity, revealing something he always had in him: being a leader. Yeah, you can say it was God, but it was really him going through all those environments. When pressure got applied, he persevered through, becoming a whole new human. With his freedom, he found a wife and a voice to help him in practice of slavery in England and America. And guess what? He succeeded. 10 years after his passing, slavery was abolished. All that being said, how can I help someone else? This is what I would tell them. Well, adversity is inevitable. It's going to happen to everyone in our lives. It's guaranteed. But sometimes when pressure is applied, we're able to recognize certain attributes of ourselves that we never thought you had. And my second thing, control the controllables. You might not be able to control what happens an hour from now, 2 days from now, but you know what you control? Your attitude, your mood, your next move. You can control that. Don't worry too much about the future. Trust the process, and everything's gonna be alright.